high school assembly was and is one of the most important aspects of our school's curriculum. Its potential to nurture a positive school ethos that stresses care for the self, others, and the pursuit of all forms of excellence should not be underestimated. It powerfully helped to nurture the development of interpersonal intelligence for us. Outstanding assemblies occur when a positive connection is established between the leader of an assembly and those taking part, students, teachers, ESSPEANS, and their families. Here is a place where we commemorate our achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, the ESSPEANS Special Assembly.
টুপিটা পরলে ভালো হতো পরেই যা রোদ হয় না কেমন আছেন স্যার একটা নিয়ে নেন আমাদের একসাথে বুঝি
He was one of those teachers who joined the school right at the beginning at Bongabadi, 1962. And then on to his right, all of you are already aware, we have with us Air Chief Marshal Arupra, TVSM, AVSM, besides we have with us our ex-teacher Mr. Goswami, our arts teacher, started to do you have Mr. Giri? We also have Mr. Giri with us, been a senior teacher in the school for a long period, taught biology. Then we have with us Mr. Dhar, PK Dhar, is he here with us? Without saying any more, I would now request the officiating principal to say a few words that you may like to say to the ESSPEANS community. Over to you.
Gentlemen and dear cadets, on behalf of Colonel P.K. Sharma, Principal Sainik School Purulia, the staff and all the students of this school, I extend a warm welcome to the ESSPEANS fraternity to their alma mater. It is indeed a proud privilege to welcome Air Chief Marshal Arup Raha on this special occasion. Over the years, the school has grown and excelled in all domains. Till date, the school has sent more than 400 cadets to the armed forces as commissioned officers, and many others occupy prominent positions in the civil sector. Last year, 9 cadets joined the armed forces, 5 through NDA and 4 through Naval Academy. This year, sir, 12 cadets have cleared UPSC written examination and are preparing for their SSB. The pass percentage in the last academic session of class 10 has been equally good, with 3 cadets scoring marks above 90%. The school topper last year of class 12 scored an overall aggregate of 93.8%. I would like to reiterate that this school is committed towards fulfilling its primary role of preparing boys for the NDA. In order to achieve this, emphasis is being laid on imparting quality education and overall development. Special coaching to prepare boys for UPSC examination has been incorporated in the curriculum. Performance monitoring of all cadets and emphasis on developing strong communication skills is being carried out right from class 6. Our priority has been to provide the best possible facilities to our cadets so that they have an appropriate environment that encourages them to devote more time to studies and their overall personality development. To name some of the most significant infrastructure changes in the recent past: installation of CCTV in the academic block and mess premises, installation of chain link fencing with concertina coil on all sides of the hostel area, construction of swimming pool of requisite standards, procurement of chapati making machine. The school has also taken up a case with the West Bengal government for a high-capacity solar-powered plant to run the complete school. Positive results have been received due to the school's dedicated efforts. Site survey by West Bengal Renewal Development Agency has been completed, and the project is likely to be completed within a year's time. With the solar-powered plant in place, the school will save finances to the tune of over 40 lakhs per year, which can then be judiciously utilized in other areas. We have also laid emphasis on the construction of a dedicated boundary wall fence for the school, which will address the security issues inside the school premises. I would take this opportunity to thank Mr. Joy Biswas. He has facilitated in enabling the school to get 2 high-intensity lights costing over 6 lakhs each. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Sudhanshu Mahali, Sadar Hospital, who has been kind enough to promptly facilitate medical treatment of cadets even at odd hours. At the end, I would like to express a sincere thanks to all the ESSPEANS for their continuous support to this school and their help whenever it has been called for. I am sure, sir, your help and encouragement would continue to be the source of strength for this school. Thank you. Jai Hind.
May I now request Mr. Girish Roy to say a few words, please.
A very good morning to all of you. 3rd of May, 1962 was the day when I became associated with the Sainik School at Purulia. 1962, more than 50 years back. Most of my tenure was spent at Bongabari. And when we shifted here in 1967, I was here probably for only 4 months. So I'm more familiar with the other campus than with this campus. Now in 50 years, everything has changed. Attitudes have changed, people have changed, ways of thinking have changed, mindsets have changed. But values have not changed. Lieutenant Colonel Mojumdar, Wing Commander Damodaran, and Squadron Leader U.S. Srivastava were the officers with whom I served. And let me assure you that what I learned from them has lasted me a lifetime. We talk of role models. They were actually role models. Wing Commander Damodaran was a person you could have set your watch by his movements. He was punctual to the second. Squadron Leader Srivastava was one of the people we played badminton with. And I still remember one game where he and I were on one side, and I think it was Sushovan Sarkar and somebody else on the other side. And I was lifting up a shot. Unfortunately, that was the moment he looked back. And the shuttlecock went and hit him on the right eye. Now we had an old driver called Nokul Mama. And Nokul Mama was a driver who lived off the bottle. And he drove the best when he was under the influence. And it was at that time that in the night, dead of night, he rushed our headmaster to the hospital. And Lieutenant Colonel Mojumdar was a very economical person. He used to carry a cigarette box. He used to cut his cigarettes in half, meticulously put them in the cigarette box. He had a lighter, and half a cigarette at a time he would have a smoke. Lovable people, absolutely lovable. These schools have produced good people and eminent people. And those of you who are cadets here now have examples to follow, values to retain, and standards to maintain. Keep that in mind, because it's in your hands, in your attitudes, and in what you do with your life. A lot of that is going to help the country grow. So my best wishes to all of you, and let me assure you that it's a pleasure for me to come here today. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Respected members of the teaching faculty, members of the staff of the school, dear students, ex-teachers who are present here today, all the esteemed veteran alumni of the school, ladies and gentlemen, let me convey my warm greetings to everyone present here. It's a very special occasion for the alumni of this school to be here for the reunion, which is held, I think, every 2 years. Well, every reunion of the alumni is a special occasion. But to have the reunion in the school premises itself is very, very special. That gives us the opportunity to come and revive our memories and be nostalgic about the school where we studied. We get to go and see the places where you studied, where you dined, where you lived, where you played, and where you played pranks as well. We bond further with the ex-students, the alumni, the teachers, with whom we had been together, people who had given us the foundation in our character as a human being, who taught us so many things, the ethics, the traditions, the values, as Mr. Girish Roy mentioned. Those things we learned here. The life was quite tough. The activities of the school, not only academics, but the extracurricular activities, sports, games, boxing, PT, everything. So it was very demanding on us. And when the life is demanding, when there are a lot of challenges, actually the bonding is much stronger then. You understand what friendship is all about, what the other person you're working with as a team can contribute and his importance or her importance. So when you come here for the reunion, all those memories come flooding back to your minds. And the families, the spouses, the children of the ESSPEANS, they would see a new person when the alumni come for a reunion. We all become like small children, childlike, because we're enjoying ourselves, remembering the good times we have had. And memories of the childhood are the best memories for any individual, anybody. So I'm happy that the school has provided us this facility, this infrastructure, and has helped us in administration to organize this beautiful special reunion this year. I would like to thank on behalf of everyone here, of the Alumni Association, the school authorities, especially the vice principal. Unfortunately, the principal and the registrar are not here due to various commitments. We'd all like to thank the entire authorities of the school for helping us to organize and conduct this event. Thank you very much. The committee, the Alumni Association Managing Committee, I'll not take any names, but there are so many of them, not only the management committee, but also a large number of alumni who have voluntarily contributed towards organizing this event. And to my mind, I have attended, I think, 2 or 3 of them. This was one of the best. The participation in large numbers, not only of the ex-students, but also their families, their children, their wives, makes it a very special event. And performance during the extracurricular activities, be it last evening's cultural program, was just outstanding. There is so much of talent amongst our people, our families, our children. It's just wonderful. And I'm sure every time we have a reunion, it will get better and better. I know you all would be expecting me to say something about the students here and about myself. I think I'll first start with the school and the students here. You know, every time we all come here, we feel very rejuvenated. I joined the school when it was at the old location, Bongabadi, and shifted here a year later. That time this place was absolutely barren, just a few trees here and there. But today, it's like an oasis, with so much of greenery all around, so much of new infrastructure that has come about. The facilities have improved, and the performance of the school has been reasonably good compared to the other schools, other Sainik schools in the country. So definitely there has been a lot of hard work put in by the people over the last so many decades, ever since 1962, that we have come to this standard. But definitely there is a crunch in terms of funding. That's what I've come to know. So there is a problem in terms of maintenance of the infrastructure. And that is a very important aspect. So when we went around, we did find the problem areas. And I have requested the Alumni Association that let's discuss with the school authorities, the principal, vice principal and others, and find out or identify the areas where as alumni we could contribute towards the maintenance aspects of providing facilities which would improve the quality of the infrastructure, and obviously it will help in the quality of education and the overall growth of the students. Like Mr. Girish Roy had mentioned, that this school provides you the opportunity to get the basic foundation or character building as an individual. Today you are young, tomorrow you are going to be a responsible citizen. I'm talking about the students. No country can be great unless that country has discipline amongst its people. No institution, no organization, no individual can be great and achieve something substantial as a professional unless you imbibe the sense of discipline. So that is the first thing you got to learn here. You are being forced through various drills to discipline yourself, and that should come from within. So that is the first thing I would suggest that you imbibe in yourself. And the values, friendship, integrity, telling the truth, and speaking your mind are all important factors. You've got to be ethical in your approach. Besides academics doesn't make anybody very great to my mind. It gives you knowledge, all right, but how do you apply that knowledge in day-to-day situations, in everyday life is what is important. So unless your foundation has those ethical aspects, the values in life and discipline, no amount of knowledge can help anyone. So these are the important things which will make a person good, a good citizen, a good professional, and a good human being. So besides concentrating on your academics, please also look into these aspects. And I'm sure the teachers and the authorities of the school will be working towards it all the time. I'm just trying to reiterate these points. I did come to know that there are some of our students who are not keen to join the armed forces. No problem. But remember, Sainik schools have been created by the government the public money is being utilized and spent to prepare young people to join the armed forces. So if that is the ultimate objective and the goal of the school, then we all have a responsibility, even as students and parents and teachers, to make sure that we abide by that objective. That means we work towards it. Everybody may not succeed in joining the armed forces, and neither there is a need for everybody to join, to my mind. But you should not outright say that you are not going to join the National Defense Academy or the armed forces because you have no inclination for such a career or such a profession. Then you shouldn't have joined the school. So if you purposely fail in the UPSC examination and get rejected, then I think it is very, very unethical. I'm just trying to put my point across about the fact that I've come to know. So be careful. If you build your life, if you go into a profession, after having been unethical, you can never be a good citizen, a good professional, a good human being. Okay, that's be left aside. The school has been doing well. Students have excelled in various professions and military service, as well as all the other professions that our students have joined after having graduated from here, be it engineers, doctors, architects, bankers, teachers, every field. So to do well in life, you can do in any profession. It is not a particular profession which will make you good or famous or otherwise. But whichever profession you join, you must work very hard. You must be seen as a professional. You must be seen to have a lot of integrity, of character. You must be ethical in your approach, because people can see through. So if you're a good human being, you have a positive attitude, you will definitely be a good professional, doesn't matter which profession it is. So that is my advice to the young generation. The whole nation is looking forward to your contribution as a good citizen of this country. So don't forget the basic values in life, the ethics, integrity of character and discipline. I know you'd like to know about me, since I was perhaps lucky enough to be in a school like this and then rise in my profession to the top. Well, there is no mantra for it. I joined Sainik School Purulia because my father was a doctor and he had joined the Indian Army during the Second World War. And after the war was over, he left the service and started his own practice. But he wanted one of his sons to join the armed forces. Two of my brothers had joined Ramakrishna Mission. So I was the only one left to fulfill his desire or wish. So I took it upon myself to join Sainik School Purulia and get a career in the armed forces. I joined the Air Force because every youth, I think, likes challenges. Flying a combat aircraft or flying as such is very interesting and challenging. So that had inspired me to join the Air Force. And when I joined the Sainik School here, I had two of my nephews who are elder to me, but in relationship I was senior. I was their mama. One was in NDA, the other was the school captain here. So when I joined Sainik School Purulia, I came to be known as the mama of the school. So, not that I had a very easy going, but the Sainik School had given me all the basic foundation on which I could grow in service. A lot of luck, a lot of hard work, a lot of sincerity, and my aim was to do well as a professional, excel. Not to compete with anyone, but to do well. And I thought that wherever I go, whichever position I go, whichever place I am posted to, I would do well in that place. And most importantly, I gave a lot of importance to human relations, HR, or you can say human resources management. As a leader, you may have all the resources, be it weapon systems, equipment, infrastructure, funds, and most important aspect is managing human resources, because it is the man or the woman behind the machine which finally matters, which will help you in producing the results and meeting your objectives. I never thought about growing in my profession or picking up my rank, but I only worked hard. Fortunately, I was never disappointed, because I normally, maybe it's luck or otherwise, I was happy. I had a very positive attitude, and I always made it to the next rank. And that's why I'm today retired at the topmost position as the Chief of the Air Staff in the Indian Air Force. And the government had also elevated me to be the chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee, being the topmost general of the Indian Armed Forces. So I'm very proud that I could I feel very proud that I was entrusted with such a big responsibility in this great nation, a democratic nation with second largest population and third or the fourth largest armed forces in the world. I never thought about the responsibilities. It never struck me. But I did whatever came in my way. I don't say I planned anything or something, but I put my heart and soul into whatever job I was given. I only realized, after having reached the top position, that I had grown up in a well, like a frog in the well. It's after having come to the top position and having sat at the highest level, I realized the shortcomings, the constraints, the weaknesses of the whole system of governance. I also learned about the strengths. But strengths is all right. You have to make sure that you build up on the strengths further, but you need to work very hard towards the shortcomings, the weaknesses, so that those weaknesses become strengths as well. So that was my aim as the topmost military commanders of the country. And to my mind, I do not know, maybe my people in the armed forces will speak about it, whether I succeeded or not. But definitely there are huge challenges in leading the armed forces and making sure that we are operationally viable. And that is obviously the job of the top person. History will speak for itself, but I tried my best. But one thing is very clear to me, is the foundation I got in building my character in this school that took me to the top position of the armed forces. So I'm sure there are many of you sitting here who would rise to the top, not only in the armed forces, but any profession that you choose. Just work hard, be disciplined, have total integrity, be a nice human being, and good attitude. At the end, I once again thank the school authorities and the vice principal for having helped us in organizing this reunion. I'm sure in the future they will continue to help the Alumni Association to organize such reunions, because it's like, it's giving us energies to live for the future. And this bonding is not only among the students alumni, but also bonding with the school and the alumni. And that is extremely important, and we are going to contribute substantially in improving the infrastructure in the school, because all of us, to my mind, are doing well as professionals, and we owe it to the school. Once again, I'd like to thank the management committee of the Alumni Association for having worked very hard to make this reunion successful. Thank you. Jai Hind.
He as a persona. Since the time we joined the school, he was one constant driving force. When we moved into this location, as A.C.M. Rai had said, there was hardly anything. He is the one who put us through something called Shramdan. Every afternoon, the entire school, and when I say the entire school, it was all inclusive. We are out on the streets, out on the playfields, picking up the odd stones, and Colonel Mazumdar would be there personally anywhere and everywhere. These were the standards he had laid for himself. He followed it. Like a true leader, he led by example. And thereafter the need was felt to plant trees so that in due course there would be so much of greenery around. Just as the monsoon struck, we are issued with saplings. Everybody had a number of saplings to take care of. You just did not plant it. You are made accountable for their survivability. I remember my then house captain in Tagore House giving me 10 of them, giving me a patch of road and telling me, you will plant them here, 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 and I will take stock every month how many of them survive. So what you see around probably is because of the collective hard work of everybody then under the dynamic leadership of Colonel Mazumdar. There are so many other things to quote, but all of us, those who have been touched by his personality, the best way we thought of remembering him was make sure we give him the due place that he deserves in the school for all times to come. So an idea germinated that we must present the sculpture of bronze bust of the principal to the school. One of our ex-students, Milan Sengupta, a mariner by profession, but a creative artist at heart at all times, right from the school days of 1973 batch, took upon himself to create a bronze bust of Colonel Mazumdar. It's ready, and we on behalf of ESSPEANS would like to formally hand the same over to the school. Can I now request Mr. Ganesh Rai and A.C.M. Ra to please hand over the same and request the Vice Principal to kindly accept the same. Thank you so much. Vice Principal, members of the faculty, and most importantly, dear students who gave us the opportunity to come here, have our reunion. Thank you so much. We are all grateful. Thank you. Contribute towards the growth of this great institution. It would be a privilege to contribute. I hope we remain in touch, and for the boys and girls who are in class 12, I'd like to inform you that our community, the ESSPEANS community, we are available on ESSPEANS.org, just a click away. So the day you become an ex-student, please log on to ESSPEANS.org, register yourself as a member. It's an interactive website. The moment you log on and become a member, you get to interact with people cutting across all professions. So all your professional needs, that is one-point solution. The outgoing executive committee would like to also place on record our sincere gratitude to various people who helped us to organize this 2 days event. It's a long list. We would not like to go over individually. We are most grateful to each one who helped us, guided us, supported us. Thank you so much for your generous help, time and support. Most importantly, we would like to place on record the support and guidance that we got from our senior patrons, Mr. S. Sarkar, being referred to by Mr. Ganesh Roy as Sushovan, and ACM Arup Raha, who is here. They have been the driving force. We are most grateful by their continuous support and encouragement. Thank you, sir. Come from all over the world, I would say. And those who unfortunately couldn't make it, but constantly in touch with us through the web world. We are just a click away, as they say. Right till early morning today, I have been getting calls, messages from people all over the world, looking at the events that started probably from day before evening, as far as we are concerned. So thank you for your support. Thank you for coming here and making the event such a special one for all of us. Thank you so much for coming. Has been elected Colonel Sushen Chakravarti, whom you are quite familiar with because of his frequent trips to the school, would be heading the committee. He would be heavily supported by his entire team, comprising of, again, Shomir. If you are here, would you kindly like to stand as I announce your name? Sushen, Devashish Gupta, Shomir, Dipesh Roy, Kaushik Niyogi, Soumitra Mukherjee, Ajay Dixit. Yeah, Baukundi. Let's go to Baukundi, please. These are people who are going to be constantly interacting with you. We wish you good luck. Godspeed. That's it. Wish you all a Merry Christmas. Very Happy New Year to you and all your family members. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Please rise. Please rise.
কম্পারিজন দেখো গ্রুপ ফটো
একটা গ্রুপ ফটো তো এখানে হতে পারে
এই আগে বলে
প্লিজ
কয়েকটা
টুপিটা নাও না ক্যামেরাটা নাও না
এসে শুনছো আর থাকো থাকো ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে স্যার একটু ওইদিকে ছবি
स्टडी पीरियड है असलियत यह है कि स्टडी पीरियड है स्टडी गुड मॉर्निंग सर
Now, let's watch that eventful game where the ESSPEANS 11 beat Principals 11 for the first time by a wide margin. The ESSPEANS selection committee worked very hard on finalizing the cricket team against Principals 11. The selection committee and Major Samir Das-Gupta were very focused on maintaining an unblemished record of cricket performance since the first reunion, and all set for another stronger team this year. But it all changed at the end. The selection committee believed the heavier, the stronger. 95 kilograms of body weight or a waist size of 42 inches was required to be on the team. No exceptions on waist size or weight. Eyesight was not a consideration. And the heavy team eventually changed history. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and watch the ESSPEANS cricket match.
बहुत अच्छी गेंद और यहाँ पर क्या बात है एक सिंगल रन भी ये लोग पूरा कर दिए यहाँ तो लग रहा है कि जैसे दो हिरन पिच पर दौड़ रहे हैं
প্লেয়ারদের কনফিডেন্স তো ভালোই দেখছি আরে আরেকটা শট মেরে ফেলেছে ভালোই স্যার আর এই ফিল্ডিংটা খুব ভালো ছিল এক রানের সঙ্গে
গুড মর্নিং লাভলি
আরেকটা বল।
और अब दूसरी रन के लिए निकल पड़े हैं प्रिंसिपल 11 की टीम। तीन रन দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করছিল, 2 রানে সন্তুষ্ট।
খুব ভালো চেষ্টা দেখা যাচ্ছে প্লেয়ারদের মধ্যে। দেখাই যাক, এমনিতে তো খেলার টাইম খুব কম, সবাই নিজের প্রফেশনাল লাইফে ব্যস্ত, কিন্তু আজকে প্রদর্শনটা ভালোই দিচ্ছে।
एक बहुत अच्छी गेंद और अब छठी ओवर की पहली गेंद और ये एक गगन चुम्बी शॉट, लेकिन विक्की कुमार से यहाँ इस कैच लेने से चूक गए।
प्लेयर्स की कोशिश जारी है, रन दिए जा रहे हैं, बहुत दिन बाद दिख रहे हैं प्लेयर्स, बहुत दौड़ रहे हैं।
पूरे जोश भरे हैं एसएसपीएंस। बहुत अच्छी शॉट, लेकिन हिटिंग नहीं है और प्रिंसिपल 11 2 रन का पूरा करते हुए सुदीप सर बहुत ही एक्सेप्शनल शॉट खेल रहे हैं एवं अपने पारी से सभी दर्शकों का उमंग का उत्साह को उत्साहित कर रहे हैं।
बॉलिंग भी तारीफ के काबिल है। और एक शानदार शॉट, लेकिन बहुत ही अच्छी सेव फील्डर। बल्लेबाज अपनी पूरी उम्मीद, अपने पूरे जीत। And it's a clean goal. The ESSPEANS team with the second wicket, and it's the first ball on play and a nice shot. It is a single.
ये जो यहाँ पर जो खेल रहे हैं, जो टीचर लोग खेल रहे हैं, वो काफ़ी अच्छे बड़े बड़े शॉट तो मार नहीं सकते हैं, तो कम से कम आप सिंगल रोटेट करते रहे। और हर एज ग्रुप के पर्सन खेल रहे हैं और वो अपने लाइन में, और ये बाउंड्री के बाहर 4 रन। मिस्टर समूह और इसी बीच अगली गेंद लेके काफी अच्छा बॉल था, लेकिन एक रन सिंगल चुराया इन्होंने। शायद ये बैट से कांटेक्ट नहीं हुआ था, लेकिन 5 में इनको 1 रन मिलेगा। बहुत देख के ऐसा लग नहीं रहा कि मतलब 59 पर दो विकेट के बाद। और इसी बात की अरे ये शायद ये बहुत दिनों के बाद बॉलिंग करना है, शायद इसीलिए इनका कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं है बॉल पे, बॉल इधर उधर छूट गया, इनके हाथ से छूट रहा है। शायद लंबा शॉट लगाना चाहते थे, बॉल गई गली में और 1 रन इसी बीच इन्होंने चुराया है। ये वाइड बॉल थी। अरे जैसे कि मैंने पहले ही बोला है डेड बॉल बोला गया, डेड बॉल बोला।
तुमको क्या लग रहा है ये सैनिक स्कूल पुरुलिया की पीटी फील्ड पे ये मैच जो हो रही है, तुम्हें क्या आशा है यहाँ पे क्या होने वाली है मैच की रिजल्ट?
हर बार तो सिर्फ टीचर लोग ही जीतते हैं, इस बार देखते हैं कैसे होता है, लेकिन मुझे लग रहा है पलड़ा हमारा ही भारी है, क्योंकि ऐसा होता अक्सर होता है कि जो बाहर से ऐसे चीज बड़े सी भी चगली गेंद और बॉल, बहुत अच्छी बॉल, बहुत अच्छी बॉल। ऐसा लग रहा था कि कुछ कंट्रोल में नहीं है, लेकिन बहुत अच्छा कंट्रोल दिखाया इन्होंने और बहुत अच्छी बॉल डाली और बोल्ड हो गई।
Thank you. Thank you.